What's up, Pokemoshpitbeta? This is HerpyDerqy. Today I got you guys a really cool Arya match, so let's take a look at that team preview right there. So you can see that me and my opponent actually had a word battle, and basically what that means is that we take a 6-letter word and we spell it out with our Pokemon names. And you can see that the word is golden, because we thought maybe when we're making these Pokemon we might find kind of a golden Pokemon in particular, like a Pokemon that just really stands out and it's really awesome. So I decided to try out a bunch of Pokemon I've never used before, and you can see that I kind of have this weird baton passing team. I got Ninjask, Girafarig, and Drifblim as my main baton passers. I have Emboar and Lantern as my baton pass recipients, and I have Onix as a wall breaker. And the Onix set's really weird, so don't mind it. But anyways, my opponent is kind of using more of a standard team, but that Noctowl screws me up so badly because Noctowl has Whirlwind, which messes up my baton pass, and that's just going to suck a lot, so oh well, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and get started with this battle. We both decided to start off with our Pokemon to start with G because it's golden. So I'm going to lead off with Girafarig. He leads off with Galvantula, but I'm just going to switch out immediately and go into my Lantern because I'm not sure what kind of Galvantula set this is. I do see Bug Buzz, no Life Orb or anything like that, and the damage wasn't really that great, so I know he's probably Choice Scarfed. I'm going to go for T-Wave on the switch. That's going to hit his Lopunny, which is very nice. But the fact that he brought in Lopunny tells me he's going to go for Switcheroo. But looking back at my team, I don't really have a Pokemon that wants to take a choice item. Because one, I don't know what choice item that is. And two, I really don't want any other Pokemon to take a choice item because that's going to lock me into one move and that would be bad. Especially since I have a baton passing team. So I decided to just let Lantern take that Switcheroo like a man, and I'm just going to keep firing off more T-Bolts because I'm locked into it. I see that he's going to lock himself an Energy Ball, which is good. So I'm going to go into my Girafarig, who's going to get the Sap Sipper boost. Aw yeah, Girafarig doing some work. Oh wait, he's not even Choice Scarfed. What do you know? So that's really unfortunate that he bluffed it completely. That was a really good bluff on him because I totally fell for it. So very unfortunate for me that I lost my Girafarig this early in the game. I'm pretty much forced to go back in a Lantern and fire off a Scald and fodder it because now that I know he can switch moves, I don't really have anyone else on my team that can take a move from this Galvantula. I mean, Ninjask is faster than it, but I know I can't one-hit KO it with an X-Scissor. So I had to get a little bit more damage with the Lantern Scald, and now I can outspeed this Galvantula and kill it off with an X-Scissor, which is cool. So Galvantula, one of the biggest threats to my team, finally down. Entei's going to come in now, and I'm not sure if this is a sub Calm Mind Entei or a banded one. If he was sub Calm Mind, it would have been game over. I have nothing for sub Calm Mind Entei, but he's banded, which is nice. I went for a sub because if he was a Calm Mind Entei, I would have gotten a sub myself, and that would allow me to at least get a baton pass to another Pokemon on my team with a sub up, which is pretty nice. So that's why I went for a sub there instead of Protect. But now that I know he's locked into Extreme Speed, I can go for a baton pass into my Drifblim, and that's going to force him out, which is sweet. But unfortunately, Noctowl completely walls my Drifblim set because I only have one attacking move, which is a Ghost type. Noctowl is normal type, so I can't hit it, and he can Whirlwind me out. So I'm just going to go for Stockpile, just leave my Drifblim in, so that way he can Whirlwind me out. And he's going to Whirlwind me out in the Onix, which is fantastic, because I'm going to go for the Toxic on the Noctowl, which is slowly going to whittle down its HP. He fires back a Toxic at me, which is totally fine because I actually pack Rest, so I don't mind any status at all. But now I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks on a switch, which is going to help out a lot since he does have that Entei coming back in a lot. But I'm going to go into my Ninjask now, fearing the Switcheroo, because I thought it might try to get rid of my Violite, but turns out he actually tried to go for a High Jump Kick. We talked a little bit after the battle, and High Jump Kick still would have been taken very nicely on my Ninjask, because I quad resisted and I have max HP, max defense, which is very nice. But now an X-Scissor is going to be enough to take down that Lopunny, which is pretty awesome. Entei's gonna come back in now, and I'm gonna go for Protect to scout what kind of move this Entei wants to lock itself into, and he's gonna choose Flare Blitz, I believe, which is great for me because my Onix is max HP, max defense. I can take Flare Blitz all day, so I'm just gonna switch out and go into my Onix, who's gonna resist that very nicely. And man, that Flare Blitz does nothing to me. Onix is a very good counter to Entei, by the way. It's really nice. I kind of like it a lot. But now, I'm going to go for a block here, and the reason why is that I thought he might go back in a Noctowl, fearing either the Earthquake or the Toxic, which seems like a logical prediction, but, he's not going to fall for it, and I'm just like, damn, I blocked his Dusknoir, which is kind of bad, because I can't really do anything to Dusknoir, because now I realize he has Sub, which is like, oh man, this is not good. So I'm going to stay in because I want to scout out whether or not it's a sub-punching set. But turns out he isn't a sub-punching set, which is very good info. But now that I got this info, I don't really want to switch out because I'm kind of asleep, and I kind of want my sleep turn counters to reset. So I'm going to wake up this turn and go for another rest, and now I'm going to pretty much be forced to switch out because Nightshades are going to be doing more damage than me. And 2 more Nightshades is going to finish me off, so I'm pretty much forced to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Drifblim. I do have over 100 HP subs, which is very nice, so that way I can go for a sub, and it's going to take 2 Nightshades to take me down, which is fantastic. I think I went for a Will-O-Wisp here, thinking he could outspeed me, but I have a little bit of speed investment in my Drifblim, so I'm not that slow. But now he's going to stay in just to scout out what kind of Drifblim I am, and I'm just going to go for the Ominous Wind, which is unfortunately not going to give me a boost, but it's definitely going to be enough to scare him out, which is nice. So he's going to go back into Knockdown, which is fine with me, because since I know he's going to only go for the Whirlwind on me, I'm pretty much safe to go for a Baton Pass into a Pokemon I don't want to be Whirlwinded into. And there's only one Pokemon on my team I don't want to be Whirlwinded into, that's my Sleeping Onix. So I'm going to Baton Pass into my Onix, and that's going to make him Whirlwind out my Onix, so that way he can't Whirlwind me out into it. And now he's going to Whirlwind me out into my Emboar, which is great, because Emboar has a Flame Charge, which is going to increase its speed and do a decent amount of damage. I'm actually running an Expert Belt on this Emboar, which is pretty awesome. And Flare Blitz is going to be doing a very nice chunk to Dusknoir, considering that it's max HP, max defense Dusknoir, I believe. But unfortunately, he's going to have enough HP to pull off a substitute, and now he's going to go for the really annoying Pain Split. So that's going to really drop my Emboar HP down quite a bit. Now, I don't want to go for a Flare Blitz now, because 1, I'm not sure if it's going to kill, and 2, I don't want to take too much Life Orb recoil, because Flare Blitz recoil, I mean, because if it turns out that I can't kill and he goes for a Nightshade right there, I would have died. So I really don't want to save my Emboar's HP for later. So now I know he's going to switch back into Noctowl because my Drifblim is out. So I'm going to go for a Baton Pass, and that's going to give me another free switch back into Emboar, which is great because now, once again, I can scare off this Noctowl, and I can slowly whittle down that HP on the Dusknoir, which is fantastic. So if I play my cards right and predict correctly, I know I can win this game as long as my Emboar keeps firing off a bunch of Flame Charges. Now with another Flame Charge, I am going to be able to outspeed this Noctowl, so he can't go for another Roost, and his Noctowl is going to die, which is great. And he's going to come back in, but once again, my Onix can completely shut down this Entei set, so he's just going to fire off an Extreme Speed just to try to kill off my Emboar, but that's no dice for him. Now I know he's going to go into Octillery because that's his last counter to my Onix, so I'm going to go back out into my Ninjask, because that way I can outspeed this Octillery, fire off a few X-Scissors, and just kind of scout out what kind of Octillery set this is. He's going to go for Sub, which is like, what? Like, that's ridiculous. So I'm really panicking right now, because I don't know what Octillery this is. I see a Charge Beam, which is also pretty scary, because he's going to get a special attack boost. So I'm pretty much forced to fodder off my Ninjask, because I really can't have this Octillery keep a Sub up. So I'm just going to kill off the Sub. Ninjask is going to die, but you know what? That's a very good trade for me, because as long as that Sub is down, I can bring in my Emboar, who does pack Wild Charge. Even with like 0 speed investment, I can still outspeed this Octillery, because Octillery is like slow octopus, you know. So I'm gonna kill it off. I live with like 4 HP, which is really sick. I'm really glad I live with that much amount of HP because he doesn't have rocks up. I can keep switching in my Emboar whenever I want. So I'm gonna go back out into my Onix to take the Flare Blitz, and I do take the Flare Blitz okay, but unfortunately another Flare Blitz is going enough to take me out. And he's also not going to be taken out by his own Flare Blitz recoil. So right now I'm in kind of a weird situation. I'm going to choose to go into my Drifblim because I just need to fodder off my Drifblim. He's going to die to the Flare Blitz recoil, and then it's going to be a one-on-one between my Dusknoir, or my Emboar and his Dusknoir. So my Emboar is at Blaze range, and I'm really hoping a Flare Blitz is going to be enough to take it down. So go! Emboar, use that Flare Blitz. Boom! That's going to be enough to take down that max HP, max defense Dusknoir. And because I took that recoil as well, that is actually going to be a draw. So that's a really cool game. That's actually one of the first draws I've ever had. So that's a really cool match. Hope you guys enjoyed that battle. I most certainly did. And why don't you guys leave a comment below, let me know which Pokemon you thought was the coolest or maybe like golden Pokemon on either of our teams. I'm going to have to give them my MVP to my Girafarig. Like, you never see Girafarig. And Girafarig, although it didn't really do much that match, I really kind of like Girafarig. It has a pretty cool move pool. It's a really awesome Pokemon with Sap Sipper. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.